Greetings, fellow Poltermasters. Greetings, fellow Poltermasters. I am Crash Rowsell, and it's once again time to crash the Scout with this one very random fact video. Today, I'll be telling you one extremely odd yet amusing fact about every single Skylander in the entire franchise, minus minis and variants. I do need to give credit where it's due to the lovely folks at Fandom who made the Skylanders Wiki, where I got all this info from. You've definitely went to their website at least once to learn more about a Skylander, and it helped me with so much throughout my time on YouTube. I even have them saved in my bookmarks for easy access. Their link will be in the description, of course. Also, if I pronounce anything incorrectly like voice actors or other game items, I'm only human and I make mistakes, so I apologize. Let's get on with it, as there are over 150 facts to dish out. So get your popcorn ready for this one as we're going through game by game. So, without further ado, this is one very random fact about every Skylander. One of his upgrades, Iron Tail, shares its name with a Pokemon move. Boomer resembles Dr. Teeth from the Muppets. When he's not protecting Skylands, Camo tends Eon's vegetable garden. Chop Chop's helmet looks similar to Arthas from World of Warcraft. Like other female dragons, Cinder has no visible teeth. Despite pictures, there's no such thing as a Dinorang figure with his diamond boomerangs. It appears Double Trouble can perform a little bit of telekinesis, as seen in a stat screen animation of Skylanders Giants. If Drill Sergeant shoots a drill rocket at Shrednut before the battle starts, the camera will glitch. Drillbot relaxes playing chess against himself. Eruptor's mouth originally only had 2 teeth. There is a shoulder strap for the quiver in his toy form in artworks, while it cannot be seen in-game. Ghost Roaster is voiced by John Kazier, best known as the voice of the Crypt Creeper in Tales of the Crypt. His special quest, Series 2 Wowpow, and Series 3 counterpart are all called Anchors Aweigh. The dress Hex wore when she was alive resembles the one worn by Mags. He is the only Skylander whose name starts with an I. Unless you want to be funny and say, I Brawl and I Small. Lightning Rod is the only Skylander whose toy stand is also his body. For reasons unknown, Prison Break's voice actor, Peter Lorre, has been uncredited in Skylander Superchargers. As seen in SWAT Force, Slam Bam appears to be much shorter than the other Yetis, however he is slightly taller than the Child Yeti. Her Roar Attack can light up the purple Zo crystals, but it can't destroy them. In Spiral's Adventure, while Spiral's CGI version and toy form have 2 different colors on his wings, his in-game version doesn't possess that detail. It is implied that Stealth Elf has trained under numerous masters, including Kingpin, Grandmaster Camouflage, and Forrester. While floating in the water, you can press the attack button to squirt water out of Stump Smash's mouth. Sunburn is voiced by Troy Baker, who's known for voicing a ton of characters, including Joel from the Last of Us video game series. He may be one of the toughest of all Skylanders, but Terrafin is afraid of flying. Trigger Happy was originally going to have his gold continuously spent whenever he uses his guns. I sent that one to Skylander Effects on Twitter. According to the prototype figures in Toys for Bob's office, Voodoo was originally planned to be an undead Skylander. Despite his backstory stating that he cannot stand on solid ground for a long time without getting dizzy, he is able to stand still quite fine in-game. According to the Spyro's Adventure sticker book, Whamshell is the son of King Roland and was still a prince at the time of the attack on his kingdom. He would soon become king as a result of his heroic feat. Her unique quest, What Does It Mean, is a reference to a popular YouTube video where a double rainbow is recorded with "What does it mean?" being one of the quotes. Wrecking Ball can eat the Molekin miners in Molekin Mine. Once they are eaten, these miners can only be collected by the player walking into the space where they used to be. Zap is voiced by Jeff Bergman, who is also very notable for voicing the modern Looney Tunes characters like Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Tweety, and Sylvester the Cat. In the Skylander commercial Blow It Up, Zook speaks with an Australian accent, while in-game, he speaks with a Jamaican accent. His base is much smaller than the base of all other giants. It is unknown of her species as the helmet she wears hides her ears. He is mentioned in Steel Plated Smash Hit's biography as the winner of the last year's Destructothon as of Superchargers. Eyebrow is voiced by Travis Willingham, who also voiced Doomstone and Buzz, along with Knuckles the Echidna and Storm the Albatross from the Sonic the Hedgehog series. Flashwing once arranged a beauty contest that was open to male and female Skylanders alike. However, as well as entering the contest, she appointed herself as judge. Needless to say, she didn't just take first place, she took second and third too. That's my girl! While driving a vehicle in Skylander Superchargers, Ozzy the Bird takes the wheel. He has an incredible sense of smell. His highly sensitive nostrils can sniff out trouble from miles away. In the Time Twister Story Activity Book, Hothead revealed he is actually 199,999 years old, and 3/4. Jetvac is male, but has been known to lay eggs in times of shock. No one knows if these hatch into little Sky Barons or not, however. Ninjini is voiced by Laura Bailey, who also voices Persephone, and is the wife of Travis Willingham, who voices Eyebrow. Pop Fizz is currently the name of a fast food restaurant in Albuquerque. Shroom Boom's mushroom species is a fly agaric, which is very poisonous. Her monkey wrench adds +6 to damage in Swap Force. It is unclear whether or not Swarm is a bee or a wasp, as his moves and voice dialogue contain references to both bees and wasps. Thumpback is tone deaf. Despite the rumors, counting his rings will not tell you T-Rex's age. Blastone is voiced by Jess Harnell, who is the current voice actor for Crash Bandicoot. They also voice Flipwreck and Gusto. If you swap Doomstone's top half into Boomjet's bottom half, you get Doomjet, which, coincidentally, shares its name with Chaos' signature vehicle in Superchargers. Bumbleblast's personal quest is named Not the Bees, referencing the remake of The Wicker Man. Countdown can die in the hub level using a self-destruct attack in the 3DS games. The lazy wizard who brought Doomstone to life had once asked Doomstone to clean all the windows in his home. However, Doomstone's super strength had caused all the windows to shatter to pieces at the slightest touch, and the wizard had vowed since then to only use a professional window washer. Dunebug is voiced by Nolan North, most famously known to voice Nathan Drake from the Uncharted series. According to his shortcut, a Kraken is a dragon mixed with a ninja, mixed with a Roman candle, and mixed with a parade. In actuality, the Kraken is a mythical sea monster. In earlier packaging, his catchphrase was mistakenly Hootloop's catchphrase. He and Chill Bill share the following qualities. Both are water elemental, both possess ice-based attacks, and both are voiced by Billy West. However, only one of them got a meme on TikTok. According to his shortcut, due to his short temper, Frino goes to anger management lessons. During one of his idle animations, he can be seen picking something off of his chest and then eating it, presumably a bug. When wearing a hat and performing ghost form, the hat stays with his ghost form and not his living armor. Sometimes Hootloop blinks one eye and then the other instead of blinking both at the same time. His voice actor, Greg Berger, is the voice of both Ripto and Hunter in the original Spyro the Dragon games. However, he goes uncredited for his voice in Swap Force. He can heal himself with his vampire bite by biting sheep. Soon after Popthorn was born, the Pufferthorns held a competition to find the cutest baby. The entries were all so adorable that every single one of them tied for first place, except for Popthorn, who came second. That's the saddest thing I've literally ever read in my life. She is voiced by Tara Platt, who also voices Dreamcatcher in Trap Team. She's also married to the voice actor for Fright Rider and Trailblazer. Like every other Skylander who already wears a hat, if a player selects whichever hat to put on Rattleshake, his original hat disappears. Riptide is voiced by Patrick Seitz, who also voiced Hothead in Giants. He also voiced Scorpion from 2011's Mortal Kombat game. During development, Roller Brawl wasn't well received due to her bad controls and missing visual effects. Most of the times, in battle mode, his miners don't actually attack the other Skylander. Scorp likes to sleep beneath large rocks. Once, after a hard day of battling evil, he curled under a boulder to have a nap. He didn't realize, though, that the boulder was actually one of Crusher's feet. It was only Scorp's tough armored body that saved him from being squished flat. Despite being revealed as a feather cat in Imaginators, she was originally referred to as a Sphinx by the official Skylanders Facebook and Twitter pages. In his shortcut, Slobbertooth finds microphones delicious. Don't eat mine. In Skylanders Lost Islands, Smolderdash has a different backstory than the one from the official Skylanders websites. While standing still, he sneezes, making his goggles fall onto his face and obscuring his eyes until he lifts them back up onto his forehead. This was like the only good fact on Spyro Eyes for some reason. Like, he didn't have anything good. When she shoots her star at the sheep, their wool changed colors. His voice actor, Tom Kenny, is best known for portraying SpongeBob SquarePants, the Ice King from Adventure Time, and is also the current voice of Spyro in his main video game series, first performing the role in Spyro 2 on PlayStation 1. While Trap Shadow is in stealth mode, music, ambient sounds, and dialogue become muted. He is voiced by John DiMaggio, who is very prominent for portraying Bender from Futurama and Jake from Adventure Time. Whenever Wind-Up wears a hat, it constantly spins around. He is named after Lou Studdard, Activision's production coordinator for Skylanders. When first being revealed for the Frito-Lay contest, Batspin's image URL revealed that her original name was Frightingale. The legendary treasure, Legendary Gargoyle, is based on Blackout. In the Ring of Heroes comics, Blades has opposable thumbs, despite not having them in his regular appearance or in-game. When driving in superchargers, he steers telepathically. Despite numerous sources referencing his small stature, in-game Bushwhack is actually taller than most other Skylanders. He was originally set to be the tech giant of Skylanders Giants, but as T-Rexes are more horizontal than vertical, Chopper didn't fit onto the portal with other toys. His eyes constantly shrink and grow, a reference to snake hypnotism. She is the second female Magic Skylander to have her catchphrase end with a question mark, the first being Ninjini. When idle, Echo sings and moves to the beat of the music she's listening to with her seashell headphones, with 3 different variations. Enigma is the first to have a figure form that is half transparent. Fizzbum's placeholder name was Aftershock, which is also the name of an unused dinosaur Skylander. He is the 3rd Simian Skylander, the first being Grilladrilla and the 3rd being Turbocharged Donkey Kong. However, he's the only Primate Skylander who is not part of the life element. He is the only one of the Frito-Lay Skylanders whose original name wasn't revealed. Food Fight makes a cameo in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 remaster as a part of graffiti work done by Danny Williams. Funnybone's name originates from a nerve from the human body, specifically known as the ulnar nerve. Gearshift, Rocky Roll, Starstrike, and Dr. Crankcase are the only Skylanders with the same number of all their stats. His name is a Spanish word that means taste, which could refer to his ability to swallow enemies and to spit them out. She is voiced by Audrey Wasilewski, who also voiced Stealth Elf, and I apologize if I butchered that last name. High Five is the second Skylander with an ability that can drain health, which is Fly Slam. The first Skylander was Ghost Roaster, who uses Ectoplasm mode. Jawbreaker was planned to be in Skylanders Academy's 2nd season, but he was cut due to budget reasons. Kaboom's backstory references Munitions Forge, a level in the Legend of Spyro reboot. Despite not having a flight upgrade, Nightlight can fly by double tapping the jump button, and it can beat Chompy Mage real easy because of it. Despite having protected the Oracle of Stones for years, Nightmare has yet to play Skystones herself, until she decided to try it out in Lost Islands. According to a typo from the promotional poster handed out at San Diego Comic-Con in 2014, his name was originally King Tut, a pun based on the ancient Egyptian pharaoh, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, also known as King Tut. In his Soul Jam preview video, the starfish on his face is missing. Instead, it just shows his black neckerchief concealing his mouth, like a ninja mask. Without Roll, Rocky shares his name with the Stone Golem from Terrafin Battles the Boom Brothers comics. The Y shape of his cut through worlds attack is possibly an allusion to autopsy cuts, used to identify a person's cause of death. Snapshot appears in a Target Holiday 2014 commercial along with Barbie, Sky, Chase, and Marshall from Paw Patrol, Leonardo from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Zoomer Dino, and Doc McStuffins. One of her 3DS upgrades, Spotlight, shares the same name as her. His Soul Gem ability has the same name from Cinder's Wow Pow from Skylanders Giants. Torch claims that the villain Hoodsickle gives her the creeps. When driving in Superchargers, he grabs the wheel with his mouth to drive. The only time he is seen out of his vehicle is in his rest cutscene where he gets out as it breaks down. Along with Bushwhack, High Five, Shroom Boom, Wolfgang, and Whisper Elf, she appears in the episode Fridge Smell of the satirical stop-motion animated series Robot Chicken. Wallop appears to have the leadership role in the Trapping Chaos trailer and the introduction to the game, despite the fact that Snapshot is the leader of the Trapmasters. Being made entirely out of gold, Wildfire's footsteps are metallic. Astroblast mentions something called the Kettle Corn Run and how the Sunrunner cleared it in under 12 minutes, referencing the Kessel Run and how the Millennium Falcon cleared it in 12 parsecs in the Star Wars franchise. Unlike his previous versions, Big Bubble Pop Fizz can remain in his beast mode limitlessly. Unlike her Series 1 counterpart, Bone Bash Roll & Brawl has eyebrows. Unlike his previous versions, Deep Dot Gilgrunt's Water Jetpack, if the Water Weaver path isn't chosen, doesn't require seconds of recharging. In his promotional art and figures, Diveclops appears to be left-handed. One of his quotes is a reference to the movie Snakes on a Plane, which is, "Ha yeah, snakes! Train, train, train!" That's my trigger-happy impression. Hope you guys enjoyed that. When Fiesta summons a trumpet-playing amigo, it plays part of the After Party's musical theme. Bowser was originally going to have his own element before ending up as a Fire Skylander. Due to his origins as a Light Skylander early in development, he still has light-related puns on his upgrades' names. Hurricane Jetvac is the only reimagined Skylander that doesn't have two names starting with the same letter as the Supercharger's counterpart name. He also only has one fact on the wiki, so I don't know why they hated him personally. Lavalance Eruptor is the only reposed character whose Soul Gem plays the Riff into Overdrive theme. Previously, Nightfall's toy was recalled due to a faulty RFID chip causing the Portal Power to not recognize the figure. Activision has stated that they have stopped as many shipments as they could and that the toy will be reissued as soon as possible, and the toy was later released on December 5th, 2015. All of Sharkshooter Terrafin's Ring of Heroes abilities start with the letter S. Because his quest quotes are longer than other superchargers, Smash Hit is considered a real chatterbox. As seen in Battlecast, Spitfire can drink vehicle fuel. Splat's voice actress, Brittany Snow, is best known for her role as Amber Von Tussle in Hairspray. Stormblade is the only other Skylander to soften their landing, the other being Dunebug. She has even less health than her regular counterpart, being less than even Trigger Happy and Spitfire. Strangely, although Thrillipede can wrap himself in a cocoon with his cocooned ability, Millipedes do not cocoon themselves. Turbocharged Donkey Kong was originally going to belong to a new element called Banana, but this idea was scrapped. Airstrike's the only sensei who doesn't use any kind of weapon in combat, as other brawlers have wrist blades, gloves with metal knuckles, or large natural gauntlets. His upgrade path, Go Go Forest Ranger, could be a reference to the phrase Go Go Power Rangers from the Power Rangers franchise. She is the first Skylander to be related to a Portal Master, Master Eon. She has upside-down versions of the air symbol engraved into part of her eyes. Barbella is very similar to Crusher. Both are members of elite Skylander teams, are Earth elements, have very similar powers and weapons, and have nearly identical catchphrases. He is the only sensei with a Sky Chi in which the primary attack button can be used during the sequence. Also, it drains the Sky Chi meter much faster every time the primary attack button is pressed multiple times. Boom Bloom was the last sensei, not counting the villains, added to Ring of Heroes before it shut down. According to one of his quotes while viewing his stats, he claims he failed math class. Me too, buddy. Although Chain Reaction's voice actor isn't sure about his voice role a few years after the game's release, it is possible he was voiced by Charlie Alder. The Chompy Mage is voiced by Alex Ness, who is the chief of staff at Toys for Bob, which according to Ness, the Chompy Mage's voice was inspired by the 1980s version of Skeletor from He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, which explains why I can nail the Chompy voice perfectly, because Skeletor is another impression I can do great too. I'm the Chompy Mage, and you're not a Chompy, so I don't like you. Come back here, He-Man, so I can beat you! See, they're basically the same characters. Perfect. Chopscotch is the only character to speak in rhymes, although others only do so while singing. Unlike Bowser and Donkey Kong, Crash is capable of saying short words, but Aku Aku does the talking for him. The official Skylanders website originally misspelled his name as Dr. Crankcase with a C. This has since been changed. Despite being the only guest star who is able to talk freely, like the other guest stars, he does not have a catchphrase. Most of Ember's quotes are actual inspirational quotes from real people. When moving, Flarewolf leaves behind a trail of flaming paw prints. As seen in the spin-off series Skylanders Academy, the Golden Queen wears leggings under her skirt and robe, only distinguishable from her skin when her boots are taken off. Graveclobber has the highest amount of health of all the senseis, having 400 hit points at the start and 1200 at maximum. Hoodsickle was first mentioned in a Mega UK magazine before the character poster was revealed. Though being on the side of the Skylanders, he still refers to them as stupid in his Sensei training bonus, just like the original Chaos. He is similar to Snapshot, the leader of the Trap Masters, as both are water elementals who lead a team of elite Skylanders. Mysticat has a feminine voice despite being a male. This is because he is voiced by a female voice actress. This would also make him the first playable character to have a voice actor of the opposite gender. While Pinata's promo art and figure has a white tooth, in-game, his tooth is just a candy corn. During development, Pit Boss was a Dark Skylander, and at that point was simply named Viper. Robo's strange speech patterns are actually internet terms and various slang, also known as chat speak. Dreamcatcher also speaks this way, though to a lesser degree and willingly. Both Starcast and Flashwing were summoned or created by wishes, having no memory prior to that moment. Taekwon Crow's Imaginator's backstory implies he might have OCD, constantly desiring for things to be done a way he thinks is right, even if other people are the ones acting out of line, to the point of obsession. Her whale companions share the same character model as the dream whales floating around outside telescopic towers in Skylanders Trap Team. Tri-Tip is voiced by Brad Abril, who is best known for voicing Bubble Buddy in SpongeBob SquarePants. According to his voice actor, Keston John, Wildstorm was called Atmosphere during development. His bone harp was hand-carved by him, though he also masters the piano, trombone, and banjo, and is known to attempt being a one-man band in his off hours. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen, that is one very random fact of every single Skylander ever. I recorded this on a very hot summer day. Thankfully, this beautiful fan behind me helped me out. If you guys enjoyed this video and if you learned anything, let me know in the comments below and let me know your favorite fact about all the Skylanders that you saw today. And of course, let me know your favorite Skylander and what fact you learned about them. Or maybe there's a fact I missed. The website did have a lot of them on the bottom. I just picked some of my personal favorites. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know, leave a like and a comment below if you did. And I'll see y'all very soon for another awesome video. Y'all mean the world to me, don't ever forget it. But as always, I bid you farewell.